Sylvia, just because you changed your WhatsApp ID doesn't mean that I won't be able to find you, you know. Sylvia, answer my calls. Hurry up, there's something really important I need to tell you.
Huh? Who is this? I don't remember exchanging contact information with anyone recently.
Huh? You don't even recognize your ex-wife you used to love? You're a failure of a man, Sylvia.
My ex-wife? Is this Sarah?
Yes, I got your WhatsApp ID from a mutual acquaintance of ours. Seriously, I had to give you a hint before you found out who I was? That's a bit too rude, Sylvia. It's like we didn't spend 4 years loving each other.
But it's already been 8 years since we got divorced. I think it's only natural that I don't recognize you by text. Unless you tell me who you are first. Speaking of which, you really shouldn't start off your conversations with people like that. At least introduce yourself first, you know?
What? I'm not here for you to give me a lesson on manners. I'm here because there's something important I need to tell you. Hold on. All your gibberish made me forget what it was.
Alright, tell me when you remember what it is then. But still, to think that you'd contact me on my new WhatsApp account after all these years. Just what is it that you want with me? I can already tell that you're up to something.
Huh? You're the one who's going to talk to me like that, like I'm the bad guy here? You don't have the right, because you're the one who's being very mean to me right now.
Huh? We haven't met even once since we got divorced. What do you mean I'm being mean to you?
Stop trying to act like you don't know. You know very well what you did to me.
Look, I honestly have no idea what you're talking about right now, Sarah. Just tell me what exactly it is that I did to you that was so mean.
I heard that you were getting married again. Don't try to act all innocent on me.
It's been 8 years. It's only natural that I'd find someone else I'd want to marry in that time.
What even is that? Then what was the alimony I paid you for? This wasn't part of the deal, you know.
What? What in the world are you even talking about, Sarah? The alimony? What does the alimony you paid me have anything to do with me getting married again?
If you've got another woman, then it means that you were just like me at the end of the day, right? Then it doesn't make sense that I'm the only one who paid an alimony. Why was it just me? I didn't know you were going to marry another woman when I paid you that money. I thought that the money was to make sure that I was the only woman you loved until the day you died.
That's not exactly how alimonies work. Besides, could you please not make this sound like I cheated on you? That's what you did to me 8 years ago, and this is completely unrelated, because the person I'm going to marry soon is someone I started going out with after we got divorced. Unlike what you did to me, this isn't cheating. Don't put me on the same level as you, because I would never do something despicable like that.
You're not doing anything despicable? And how exactly did you come to that conclusion? But you're doing something despicable right now as we speak.
Huh? I don't see how you can consider what I'm doing on the same level as what you did to me 8 years ago. There's no rule saying that you have to love your ex-wife forever if she pays you an alimony. What even is that anyways? It makes no sense whatsoever.
I'll explain it to you. You used to be married to me in the past, which that means you have a duty to love me for the rest of your life, right? Of course, I'm not going to be so unfair as to say that you only have to love me, and not the other way around, because I love you as well.
What? You love me, but you started going out with another man while you were still married to me. Don't just pretend that what you did 8 years ago never happened.
I told you over and over and over that the only one I love is you. But you're the only one who didn't believe what I told you and stole my money, divorcing me in the process. I told you already that that man was just a friend of mine, didn't I? But you kept insisting that I was cheating on you.
What do you mean I stole your money? All I did was exercise my legal right as a husband who was cheated on. And the court found that I had the right to make you pay me alimony.
Stop making it sound so complicated. This is how you confused me and stole 30,000 euros from me 8 years ago, but I'm not going to fall for that again. I'm going to make you do what I say this time.
Look, what in the world are you talking about? You keep talking, but you haven't even said what you wanted with me yet.
Give me back the 30,000 euros I gave you 8 years ago.
Huh?
You had the opportunity to get back together with me after we got divorced, but you decided to betray me and are now trying to get married with another woman, which means that you have to give me back that alimony I paid you. If you do that, I'll forget about how you were trying to marry another woman, and I'll let you marry me again instead.
What in the world are you talking about?
Huh? What do you mean, what am I talking about? Isn't it completely obvious what I'm telling you right now?
Everything between you and me finished 8 years ago. Once we got divorced that day, we became strangers that would go on different paths in life. It's none of your business who I met after that and who I'm going to marry as well. I don't know what you think, but at least that's how the majority of people view things when it comes to divorces.
I don't care what the majority of people in society or whatever thinks. And that's not even what I'm talking about. I'm trying to say that I don't understand what kind of thought process you might have trying to marry another woman when you're still in love with me. Which is why I want you to give me back that alimony I paid you 8 years ago.
I'm sorry, who said that I still loved you? All my feelings for you completely evaporated when I found out that you were cheating on me 8 years ago. That's why we got divorced. Can't you understand even that?
You're lying right now, right, Sylvia? Of course you still love me because I still love you.
No, I'm not lying. And I'm sorry to tell you this, but that's not how love works. To be honest, I'd almost completely forgotten about you. Until you suddenly just texted me out of nowhere like this. It's a shame, because I was almost about to completely forget about the disgusting memories I have of 8 years ago. I want to find happiness with my current fiancé.
No, you can find happiness with me. Seriously, why get married with another woman when I'm available?
You're a nuisance, Sarah. Don't contact me again.
What? You're joking, right? Fine, you don't have to marry me anymore. Just give me back the 30,000 euros. Sylvia, answer my calls. Sylvia. Hi, Sylvia. I found out the date your wedding ceremony was going to take place. That being said, I'm going to be your bride for today. You see, I even prepared a wedding dress. I'll forgive those insults you gave me the last time we talked, because I know you didn't really mean it. Of course, on the condition that you choose me as your bride. If you want me to forgive you for insulting me, then you have to marry me again. Give me an answer once I enter the chapel, alright? I mean, it's not like I need to ask, because of course you're going to choose me, right? Sylvia! Just what in the world is the meaning of this? Did you trick me or something?
Jesus, how many texts did you send me? Hold on, what do you mean I tricked you?
Huh? Tell me, but did you seriously not read the texts I sent you at noon?
I didn't see them. I was on an international flight when you sent me those texts. And I only got off the plane now.
Huh? An international flight?
We're gonna have our wedding abroad, so I got on a plane from Haneda Airport.
You're having the wedding abroad?
I'm looking at these texts you sent me right now, but seriously, what in the world are you doing?
What do you mean, what am I doing?
Our wedding is just about to start now. It's not even in the country, so...
Huh? What are you talking about? The wedding ceremony is going to be today, right? I heard that you were going to have the wedding at YT Hotel.
Well, yeah. We're gonna have our wedding at YT Hotel, but...
So I was right.
Which YT Hotel did you go to?
Of course, the one in Tokyo. Why?
Could it be the case that you didn't know that YT Hotel is an international chain with hotels around the world?
Huh?
The wedding ceremony we're going to be having is going to take place at a YT Hotel abroad. If I give you any hints, I get the feeling you'll come all the way here, so I won't tell you the country we're in, though.
What?
Don't tell me, but did those crazy texts you sent me earlier mean you barged into another person's wedding ceremony at the YT Hotel in Tokyo?
So does that mean that I barged into someone completely unrelated's wedding?
That's what I'm asking you right now. But judging by the text you sent me, it looks like you did. That's not our wedding venue, Sarah.
You've got to be kidding me. Sylvia, give me back that 30,000 euros you stole from me. Hurry up, I need it now.
Seriously, you're still talking about that.
I mean, it's so unfair. Why did I have to pay you an alimony when you don't have to?
You see, I contacted some of our mutual acquaintances for the first time in a long time, but I heard that after you got divorced with me, you messed up again, and your parents finally cut ties with you. That true?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I heard you tried to seduce your boss who had a wife and children, and then his wife found out. Now she's making you pay her an alimony of 30,000 euros.
Why did they have to tell you that? Who told you that anyways?
I'm not telling you. Apparently your parents paid the 30,000 euros I asked from you when we got divorced for you, on the condition that you would never do something like that again. You broke your promise and committed adultery. Again, didn't you? That's when your parents cut ties with you and left you to deal with this new alimony on your own. Then you suddenly remembered that I existed.
Yeah, if I got married with you again, I thought that I would be able to pay off this new alimony with that 30,000 euros I gave you 8 years ago. To think that I went through all that effort to find out where you were because I thought that I could rely on you. But suddenly, I heard that you were going to get married again. Do you even understand how much that hurt me when I heard that?
First of all, that wasn't your money that you gave me, it was your parents'. So you have doubly no right to ask for that money back. And second of all, everything between me and you already finished 8 years ago. If I'm going to be kind here, I can kind of understand why you'd feel interested in what was happening to me. After all these years, even though it is a bit annoying for me. But wouldn't someone usually give up when they hear that their ex-husband had plans of getting remarried? You, on the other hand, have made a huge commotion.
Yeah, but the fact that you're trying to marry another woman even though you still have feelings for me, that's cheating no matter how you look at it.
I already told you before, right? All my feelings for you completely evaporated when I found out that you were cheating on me. I told you this, but you ignored me and are now making a huge mess. Even involving people that are completely unrelated to the two of us. Seriously, just what in the world is going on in that mind of yours? What's your objective, even?
But I already told you that. I want you to give me back the 30,000 euros you stole from me and get married with me instead.
You had to pay that alimony I asked of you, when we got divorced because you betrayed me, your husband, by going out with another man. This is 100% not happening. But even if we were to get back together, me giving you back that money doesn't even make sense.
Huh?
Oh, and this is very important. We already turned in the marriage papers.
Of course. You wrote my name as your wife's name, right?
You've been listening to a word I said.
You didn't?
Of course I didn't. What part of what I said to you just now made you think that I wanted to get back together with you? Seriously, I'm not even joking right now. I think there's something seriously wrong with your head. You should probably visit a psychoanalyst or something, because that's not how a normal person would think.
But at this rate, it's not going to be just 30,000 euros that I have to pay. The wedding ceremony of these strangers I ruined by accident. They're making me pay for all the wedding expenses. Not only that, but when they were trying to catch me at the wedding venue, I resisted. I made a mistake and ripped apart the wedding dress I borrowed. They're telling me I have to pay for that as well. Oh, and the equipment I broke at the wedding venue. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is that I need a lot of money right now, which is why I want you to give me back that 30,000 euros you stole from me. And I want you to get back together with me and share some of this burden. Don't you pity me even a bit?
That all you had to say?
Huh?
All of what you've been saying up until now has been selfish and arrogant. Not only that, but it seems like you're delusional on a dangerous level as well. You think you can get whatever you want if you just cry loud enough, right? No, I don't pity you, Sarah. On the contrary, you make me sick. I didn't like you ever since I found out you cheated on me. But now I think I don't like you even more, if that's even possible.
What?
Sorry, but I think I'm gonna go relax with my wife in our hotel room now. I don't want you bothering us any more than you already have, so I'm gonna block you.
Fine. Then at least give me 30,000 euros. I'll forget about you cheating on me if you do that. Come on, Sylvia. Don't you see that I'm trying to come to a compromise with you right now? It's just 30,000 euros. Are you even reading these texts? Sylvia, did you actually just block me? But...
Me and my wife got married abroad just as we planned, and went home after that, but it seems that my ex-wife Sarah was having a pretty rough time while we were doing this. She tried to run away and not pay the money she was being asked for, and fled to a house for relatives, but her relatives already knew what was happening to her, so now she's just surrounded and had nowhere to escape. Since she was deemed untrustworthy and would 100% attempt another escape, her parents had to come and get her against her will. It didn't change the fact that they had cut ties with her. And of course they weren't going to pay the money she had to pay in her stead, but they did send her to live in a temple in the mountains. This had 3 meanings. First, she was sent there so that someone would keep watch over her far away from society, so that she wouldn't cause anyone any more trouble. Second, she was sent there to make sure that she wouldn't be able to escape before she paid off the money she owed. And third, she was sent there in hopes that she might one day change and become a better person. During the afternoon, she works at a factory near the foot of the mountains. And during the days and nights, she was forced to undergo strict training with the other monks at the temple. Apparently, it's been decided that she would spend at least the next 20 years of her life there. I only hope that she becomes at least sane enough as to not harm other people once she leaves.
Hi, nice to meet you. This is Michelle, right? Hi? Sorry to contact you out of the blue. I'm Jennifer. I work in the same department as Robert. Oh, one of Rob's colleagues? Hi, nice to meet you too. Thanks for always being there for him. He loves working there. Would you mind not acting as if you're already his wife, please? It makes this very uncomfortable. What do you mean, uncomfortable? I know you've got your heart set on marrying Robert, but hate to break it to you, he's decided to marry me. You said you were at the same company as Robert, right? That's right. I work under him in the same department. We've been close colleagues for, it must be 6 years now. But we've actually been an item since last year. What? I don't think that's right. What do you mean? Yes, that's why I'm texting you today. I have a little favor to ask you, Michelle. Yeah? What's the favor? I'd like you to end things with Robert and promise to never see him again. Oh, yes, certainly. No problem at all. Is that how you imagine this going? What gives you the right to demand such a thing? You make a move on someone's guy and have the nerve to ask them to break up with him? Is there something wrong with you? Stop joking around, will you? Oh, this is no joke. I'm deadly serious. Robert and I are together now. He's in love with me. Hang on a sec. Rob and I are getting married this weekend. If you're as close to him as you say, you'd surely know that, right? Yes, of course I know. So I'm taking your place at the altar. I have Robert's full agreement. He's 100% on board. At first, he was saying that after you guys got married, we'd have to go back to just being colleagues, but that all changed yesterday when I found out I was pregnant. Pregnant? That's right. And of course, it's Robert's. I was sure he'd tell me to end the pregnancy. I wasn't expecting anything from him, but he really took it seriously. Right there on the spot, he decided to take responsibility and marry me. I was so impressed. He'll make a great husband and father, don't you think? This is unbelievable. Oh, I can't wait to settle down. Can't you just imagine our happy little family? So, that's it for you and Robert. Okay, Michelle? Hang on. This is too much to take in all at once. My head is spinning. You work with Robert and he started cheating on me with you. And now you're pregnant with his child? Is that it? Exactly. He's mine now and soon we'll be happily married. That's all very well for you to say, but it's not that simple. We are supposed to be getting married this weekend. It's only 3 days away. Oh, you must be worried about the venue. There's nothing to worry about there. Robert has already told them there will be a change of bride. It's already taken care of. What the? Yep, he called them this morning. He made all the necessary arrangements. Robert's going to explain everything to the guests, too. So you really don't have to do anything. We'll take care of it all. All you have to do is let me take your place. How is this happening? It's 3 days till the wedding. I really do pity you, Michelle. But think of it as fate. It was meant to be. And don't worry about Robert. I'll take good care of him. And the baby! Michelle, I've just heard from Robert. What on earth is going on? You aren't going ahead with the wedding? And who is this Jennifer woman? I haven't really wrapped my head around it either yet. All I know is that Robert started cheating on me with a woman he works with. What? My Robbie? How could he? Yeah, apparently. I still haven't actually talked to him yet, but according to the other woman, there's already a baby. A baby? What does that mean? From a previous relationship? No. According to her, she found out the other day that she's pregnant. Pregnant? Well done, Robert! What the? You're happy about this? Michelle, he's going to be a father! It's time to take responsibility for it. It's a little unfair to you, but you've got to step aside. Really, Paula? I'm going to be a grandmother! Oh, I can't wait. I wonder if it's going to be a boy or a girl. Hang on a moment. We are 3 days out from the wedding, and your son has just been exposed as a cheater. He betrayed his fiancée, and you're okay with that? Yeah, well, cheating is never good, but yes, of course I'll give him a stern talking to. But you can't put any of the blame on the baby, right? Oh, I've always wanted a grandchild. Of course I don't blame the baby, but it certainly doesn't absolve Robert. Well, you said yourself that even after getting married, you were going to work on your career and didn't want to have children anytime soon, right? Maybe I did say that, but that didn't mean never. I was devastated when I heard that. I always dreamed of being a cool grandmother. I thought I'd probably die waiting. I must say it was careless of Robert, that's true, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't happy. So you're okay with this, Paula? Some woman swoops in and takes a man from his bride 3 days before the wedding? You're fine with your son marrying such a woman. If this woman is going to give me a grandchild, then I don't have any problem at all welcoming her into our family. Besides, I can't really complain. Robert takes really good care of us. Why, just the other day he paid for us to spend a weekend at a spa. He also insisted on paying for the renovations to our conservatory. He's more than we could hope for. And now he's going to give me a grandchild. Wait a minute. I didn't hear anything about a spa trip or renovations. You didn't? Oh, they weren't cheap. I would have thought you two had discussed it. No, I didn't hear a word about it. Oh, well maybe he talked to the new girl about it then. The new girl? Aren't you being a little too accepting of this? Michelle, I do feel sorry for you, but we only have a few days until the wedding. You'll have to just step aside so the new girl can step in. But Michelle, thank you so much for all the time you've spent with Robert. We really appreciate it. What a day! The ceremony was perfect and everyone had such a great time! Oh, how wonderful. There must have been a lot of people who were able to simply forget what a cheating homewrecker you are. Hey! Can you not talk like that? Don't ruin my big day! Well, then don't text me. Weren't you the one who told me to never see Robert again? It's you who's dragging this out. This is a special case. I'm just trying to send a little joy your way. What now, Jennifer? Well, you lost your fiancé right before your wedding day. I guess you must have been feeling pretty miserable today. No? I'll send you the wedding photos. That might brighten your day. Nah, I'm okay, thanks. No need. Oh, come on, Michelle. You must be dying to see them. Really? I'm serious. Don't send them. You thought today would be a disaster, didn't you? I tried not to think about it at all. Well, you'll be disappointed to hear it was a huge success. Everyone had an absolutely amazing time. That's what happens, I guess. When everyone heard I was pregnant, they all rushed to congratulate me. Ah, what a day! I've got to hand it to you, Jennifer. You're really something, aren't you? And Robert told me I was the most beautiful thing he'd ever seen. Oh, I'm so happy. What a wonderful feeling. It certainly sounds like you had a great day, but do you really think you can treat people as badly as you did and have it all come up roses? Of course! Why not? We tied the knot in front of a big crowd and got their blessing. It really was a fantastic ceremony, Michelle. First comes the fabulous wedding, then the baby, then the happily ever after. Right. You think so? It's all downhill from here, I'm afraid, Jennifer. What do you mean? You seem to be in such high spirits. It sounds like today was a huge success. But you better prepare for revenge. I'm going to make you regret this, Jennifer. Get ready for hell on earth. What brought this on all of a sudden? Michelle? You're scaring me. All right, that's all from me for now. I hope you two are very happy. This is your doing, isn't it, Michelle? Robert's been transferred to a sales position in the middle of nowhere. It's miles away. What now, Jennifer? I don't know how you pulled it off, but it's got your name written all over it. It's a demotion, clear and simple. Plus, the company told me I no longer have a position there at all. Oh, really? Well, how about that? With the baby starting to show, I was planning to quit anyway, but to be told like that, it's so different to being fired. Oh, dear me, Jennifer. That is a bad start for the newlyweds, isn't it? Oh, dear. How can you act like this is nothing? It must have been your doing. I remember you said to prepare for hell on earth. Ah, yeah, that's right. But I didn't have anything to do with Robert's transfer or you losing your job. That would have been a company decision. What did you say to my company? Nothing at all. But it seems your antics really anger the general manager of a subcontractor. I'm guessing your company couldn't just brush it under the rug. They needed to make a show of dealing with such complaints. What subcontractor? What are you talking about? Oh, it wasn't me. I can assure you of that. It was all the general manager's doing. I'm just his daughter. Oh, God. Yep. You may have had plenty of people at your wedding to fawn over the beautiful young bride, but don't forget there were also a lot of really angry people there. That's what happens to women who play your sort of games. Hang on a minute. Are you for real? You're the daughter of some bigwig company manager? That's right, yes. Of course, Robert knew all this from the first day he met me. Actually, he called me this morning. He told me he was expecting some kind of backlash and was kinda relieved it was only a demotion to a job in the middle of nowhere. He even asked me to say thank you to my father for taking pity on him. It could have been way worse. What do you mean? Didn't Robert tell you to be ready for this kind of thing when he agreed to marry you? Be ready? I thought he was talking about the baby and making a family. I won't forgive what happened, but I have to hand it to him for taking all this like a man. But you're still both despicable cheats. Anyway, Jennifer, have a nice life. Have a nice life? How the hell can we do that? He's being sent away and I've been fired! Yeah, well, that's got nothing to do with me, has it? Michelle, would you please tell me why we are being billed for the wedding? Oh, that? My parents said they'd cover Robert's half of the wedding costs and he agreed to pay them back. I spoke to him this morning and he said he was leaving for his new position straight away and that I should send the bill to you. What does that mean? You make it sound as if he doesn't have any money. That's exactly what it means. Why else would he beg my parents to cover the costs? The plan was to split the cost of the wedding down the middle, but he's broke, so he had to swallow his pride and promise to pay my parents back. That can't be true. Trips to spas and renovations to the house? The idiot spent every last cent trying to impress you guys. By the way, why are you opening the mail addressed to Robert anyway? Well, it had your name and address on it as the sender. Of course I was curious. I don't really care either way. Just make sure you put that invoice somewhere safe. Send it on to Robert when he's settled into his new position. You don't have to tell me. I'll be doing that for sure. Michelle, let me just check with you though. The invoice is made out to Robert, right? He's the one who has to make the payments, right? My husband and I aren't going to be caught up in this, are we? Yeah, I think that sounds about right. Of course, naturally, you'll become involved if he asks you for money. Ah, come on. No. Well, he's going to take a pretty substantial pay cut because of all of this. If he doesn't have any savings, then there's no other option than to ask his mom and dad for help, right? I've got no obligation to pay for anything, so it goes without saying you'll be billed for the whole thing. It's on the invoice. $30,000. You've got to be kidding! Oh, and just to be sure, there was another invoice in the envelope too, right? Put that with the other one somewhere safe. Another one? Another $20,000 for the pain and suffering you've all put me through. Don't worry, I'm asking Robert for that too. Another $20,000? Yeah, so that comes to a grand total of $50,000. Thanks. He doesn't have a hope in hell of repaying it, so you're going to have to help him, Paula. Us? We don't have anything like that kind of money. I'm sure you'll work out something after all he's done for you. Anyway, bye-bye, Paula. Michelle, I'll give him back. Please at least reconsider the amount you are asking Robert to pay. Oh, Paula sent on my letter? That's good. Jennifer, I have no intention of letting him, or you for that matter, off the hook. Not by a single penny. I spoke to your mother-in-law about that very thing. You'll all pull together as a family and find a way. As I'm telling you, and no doubt Paula has too, we don't have any money. I have barely any savings and there's a baby on the way to consider. How am I supposed to take care of my baby if we have to give every cent to you? Is that right? But the baby is not really my problem. You're going to have to figure something out. If you don't have any money yourself, how about you go groveling to your parents? Oh, how could I have been so absent-minded? I completely forgot. Your parents have disowned you, haven't they? Why, Michelle? How could you do this? To be honest, they are the only decent people I've met during this whole rotten thing. Because of you, I've lost my job and Robert's been sent far away from me and the baby. My parents have disowned me. You've thrown my life into total chaos. I'm glad things are going from bad to worse. I can't take it anymore. You can have Robert back. Michelle, you've got to forgive me. What are you gonna do with the kid? Planning on being a solo mom? I'll get by, somehow. Unlike you, I'm young and pretty. I'll find someone to take care of us. Oh, were you planning on running back to the guy you were cheating on while you took Robert from me? Well, let me see. Ricardo? Was that his name? Wasn't he working for a big law firm? How do you know that? I told you I was going to take you down, Jennifer. I looked into everything. I told you I was going to make you regret this. I spoke with him and told him exactly what you were up to. You did what? Turns out he was pretty bitter after you dumped him, but after I told him what you'd done, he seemed relieved. Happy to have dodged the bullet even. And you're too late anyway. He started seeing the daughter of one of the guys at my office. He went all starry-eyed talking about her. Oh, Michelle! You've even destroyed my hopes of a second chance with him! Now I've really got nowhere to go. I was stringing him along as a plan B in case things didn't work out with Robert. Oh, Michelle, how could you? You're pregnant with Robert's child and still only thinking of yourself. How can you even be considering an escape plan? You're a real piece of work, you know that? The baby isn't the problem. I'll find a way to manage with the baby. But what you've done to us is beyond belief. I'm all alone in the world now. Do you understand what that's like? Nobody is going to help me or even give me a second thought. I told you I was going to get my revenge. I told you to prepare for hell on earth. What can I say? I'm a girl of my word. As I predicted, it seems that Robert asked his parents to lend him the money. His mother flat out refused until he brought up all the money he'd given them in the form of gifts and repairs to the house. Apparently, they've sold the house in order to help Robert repay his debt. Robert himself followed company orders and moved to the outpost in the middle of nowhere. He's still there living on his own. Jennifer moved into a dirt-cheap apartment with Robert's parents. They are still furious with her and have demanded she get right back to work as soon as the baby arrives. On top of that, they treat her like a slave and insist she does all the housework. She's mentally and physically an absolute wreck, I hear.